If a little green is good, more is even better. Now, back to Green is Good with John Shigarian and Mike Brady.
Welcome back to Green is Good, and we're so honored today and excited to have on the line with us from San Francisco, Randy Paynter. And Randy Paynter is the co-founder or the founder and CEO of Care2.com, and that's spelled C-A-R-E 2, the number 2.com. Randy, welcome to Green is Good.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
You know, Randy, you're not old. You not only do you a couple of things that I've got to share with my audience. I am a huge fan, have been a huge fan of yours for years. Given that I started in the tech world back in '98, when you started this company, way before the technological revolution was a foregone conclusion, you were a leader in the technological revolution in 1998, starting this amazing site. And now you also are a leader. You've taken technology and you're a leader in the sustainability and green revolution. You've merged, both revolutions, and you're right at the crossroads. I mean, like, you are an amazing visionary and ecopreneur. So as a fan of yours and a fan of your site and a subscriber, Mike and I just want to thank you for your time today, because it is really special to have you on.
Well, thank you. Appreciate it.
Just for our listeners, Care2 is the largest online community of people, making a difference in healthy and green living, human rights, animal welfare, and so many other topics. But the exciting part is you have over 14 million members today. Explain to our audience, how did you come up with this in 1998, and what really is Care2 today?
Well, yeah, actually, so what Care2 is today is a long way from where it was back in 1998. So originally, the vision was to just engage individuals in making the world a better place. And the real goal was to make it as easy as possible to get as many people as possible involved in good causes. And I kind of had the feeling from a number of sources that people didn't either believe that there was anything that they could do to make a difference, or they felt like it was beyond them, or they didn't know what to do. And so basically we're trying to make it simple, give them the information that they need, and allow them to make the world a better place. And so when we think about making the world a better place and empowering individuals to make a difference, we kind of think of it in two different ways. We say there's the me side of it and there's the we side. So on the me side, we help people to live a more healthy and sustainable lifestyle, reduce toxins in their home, find more balance in their life, maybe eat better, exercise more, etc. And then on the we side, we help people to take collective action to raise their voices so that their representatives in Congress or businesses, let's say, can hear from the people when it's most important for them to speak out and be heard. So we can move legislation, we can move society to be more in line with their values. And so given the size of our audience, we have a pretty powerful collective voice. So we have a very engaged audience, very passionate about, as you said, a variety of topics here, whether it's human rights, whether it's women's rights, animal welfare, or living a more healthy and sustainable lifestyle. So kind of in a nutshell, that's what Care2 is.
So we're here with Randy Paynter today. And Randy, your website, where our listeners, if you're just joining the show, if you've got your iPad or your laptop open or your computer, you're in front of your computer while you're listening here, go to his website, amazing website, www.care2.com, care2.com. How, I get your emails every day. I love your emails. They're chock full of information. They inspire me. How can someone get involved with Care2, and what do you want? What kind of engagement are you looking for from your members?
We take a very holistic approach to that. So it's really whatever is going to work best for the individual. So some individuals are, more inclined to focus on their own health and wellness. Others may be more inclined to support animal welfare. Some may like to sign petitions. Some might like to just get educated. There's a whole range of ways that people can get involved. And so we provide that information. We try to keep a very positive approach to it all, so that some of these topics can be fairly heavy, I would say, but we try to keep it positive so that we keep inspiring individuals on a daily basis. And subscribing to our newsletters is a great way to kind of get involved and to stay on top of this. I believe that if an individual takes action every day for a couple of weeks, that they are much more likely to continue to stay involved down the line. That they start thinking of themselves as someone who can actually do something positive for, let's say, human rights, and they start thinking of themselves as a human rights activist. And so if we can get them to take those initial first simple steps, the results can be amazing when it comes time to vote or to vote with your dollars. It's these initial steps that make a real difference. And so we provide the kind of three main areas of the website. There's information on healthy and green living and on causes. There's news. There's blogs. There's tips. There's recipes. Just all sorts of information. Then there's a kind of a community side of it, or a social networking side of it, where you can connect around people that share your passion in certain areas. And then the third area is really about taking action. So we work with over 500 nonprofit organizations to get their action alerts out to our members. So if you come to our site, you can often, let's say, sign a petition. We offer lots of petitions that you can sign to support these nonprofit organizations, and collectively we can help them to influence legislation and kind of make their agenda really happen out there.
You know, Randy, I'm on the site right now, and again, if you're just joining us, we're talking Randy Paynter of care2.com. And on this particular site, I was going through your website, which kudos, Randy. It really is very easy to navigate, and you're talking about the petition and the take action side. I mean, there's even a section there where if you want to start a petition, there's a template to get you to start that. If you want to see if a petition exists right now that you'd be interested in, there's a browse section for that. This really is a very, very usable website, and easy for people to find something that they're passionate about and begin to take those steps to make a difference.
Yeah, thanks. Well, we've had 12 years now to modify this and improve it and learn from our members that are taking action every day. And so we've used that feedback to try to make it as easy as possible. It was not nearly this easy or robust, I would say, in the early days, but we are trying to make it as simple as possible and provide something for everyone. And actually, I'll just mention that it's great that, so when we talk about green, we talk about green is good. Well, when we think about green at Care2, we really take this holistic approach to it. And so, I think there are folks out there who may think simply the environment, or maybe now kind of some of these green energy efforts that are going on. But we really believe that you have to take a very holistic approach, that there's no true sustainability without human rights, without social justice, without women's rights, and so that's why we take this very holistic approach and try to make it as easy as possible, depending no matter what interest you have in that kind of spectrum of green. To get involved and to be part of the solution. And
that's such a great point, Randy. For our listeners out there that don't have their computer in front of them, or their iPad or their iPhone or something, you have so many great causes and so many great topics that you cover, from civil rights, women's rights, politics and health policy that affect all of us. So there's something for everyone on your site, which is just so amazing. And you do this has become a huge empowerment tool. Am I reading that right?
Well, that's certainly one of the primary goals here. So it was my belief that when I started this, I just felt that there were so many people that were just disengaged from the whole process and the whole process of making the world a better place, and they were kind of giving their power to their elected officials and to businesses, and just kind of assuming that they were going to do the right thing, or they weren't going to do the right thing, but there was nothing that the individual could actually do to influence that. And so I think we've seen certainly a shift away from that, and helping people to realize that there's something that they can do. But that's really our goal, is to inspire people to and to help them to realize that they really can get engaged. They really can do something powerful, and we're going to overcome this apathy, and collectively, we are going to make the world a better place. And so that's absolutely at the heart of what Care2 is all about.
That is so amazing. And, let's talk about that a little bit. The world has changed since your launch. as a technological pioneer in '98, before we ever crossed the critical mass, and we all knew then technology and the internet was here to stay. 1998 was, predates those days, and of course, so much has happened since then with regards to social media. Facebook and MySpace and Twitter. How do you engage those platforms to continue to spread your good word and your great brand?
Yeah, that thinking has definitely evolved over the years as some of these new platforms have come online, and certainly there was a lot that we had never at all anticipated, and so we've had to really adapt. And so I think what we're really trying to do is develop just an amazingly powerful community, an engaged community of people that are coming together on Care2 to talk about the issues that they're going to learn from each other. They're not going to be able to get that same amount of interaction or that same learning from anywhere else in the world because there isn't the number, there's not the critical mass of people that all share their passions anywhere else in the world. And so we focus a lot on getting people to comment on stories or to engage in groups and just to engage with each other. And so what we're doing is providing something different from what they're going to find on Facebook, where they're connecting around their friends on Facebook more than they would maybe on Care2. They're meeting different people and with different interests on Care2. It's not, you don't come to Care2 generally to find your existing friends. You may make new friends, and we've had marriages and all sorts of things happen as a result of people that have met each other on Care2.
Right.
But it's really about the topics and to learn and to get involved and to support each other in that. So,
but have you leveraged those media? Have you leveraged those platforms though to continue to build your brand?
Absolutely,
okay.
Yeah. So we have, on the bottom of every story or in every story, you have the opportunity to spread the word on Facebook, to tweet about it. When you sign a petition, you can grab a widget actually to put the petition on your website. There are, everywhere we can, we basically are trying to get our folks to spread the word. And that's really, those 14 million members, we didn't do advertising to get those 14 million members. They told, it started with a couple people who told more people who told more people, and that they've just been spreading the word. And so those 14 million members have come primarily from word of mouth. There's some that come in from searches, but primarily it's people spreading the word and telling their friends about Care2. So that's really been kind of one of the keys to success. We have to create an incredible experience for the people that are on our site so they actually want to go out and get their friends involved and really kind of advocate for Care2 as an effective medium. So Twitter, Facebook, Dig, StumbleUpon, you name it. All of these services, we try to get our members involved in and to help spread the word.
Hey, that's wonderful. And, if you just joined us now, for our listeners, we're on the phone here with Randy Paynter. And Randy is just an amazing entrepreneur, ecopreneur, and visionary in the technological world. And he's got an amazing website. You've got to go there and check it out today, www.care2.com. And Randy, we know in the recycling industry, more women than men recycle. For whatever reason, I'm not a social economic expert, nor will I ever be. But out of your 14 million members or so, are there is more women than men when you look at your membership, or is it even? Or tell us a little background on that. Who is really trying to make a difference today? Who's leading that revolution?
Yeah, so it really is a revolution, and it really is being led by women, and it's something that as a guy, I'm like, it's frustrating to see that fellow men are not standing up as much as women are, but women really are the leaders here, and so. Surprisingly, or maybe not surprisingly, about 75% of our audience is female, and the average age is about 40 years old. And so, what we find, we have a broad range of ages on our site. There is really something for everyone, but. Yeah, I think there are a variety of reasons. I think there's biological reasons, and I think there's certainly a lot of environmental or social reasons as to why women are the leaders in social cause and environmental cause movements today. I'd say in general we sometimes look at it in terms of age groupings, and so I'd say kind of young women often get involved in this space in healthy and green and sustainable living. Sometimes I'm going to stereotype, and this is certainly not it is not always the case, and there certainly are. Is overly simplistic, but basically, often young women come in for an interest in maybe dietary concerns. Maybe they're vegan, or they're wanting to be vegetarian, or they're interested in being involved in activism, and often it's kind of local causes, maybe an animal shelter, or sometimes it's global causes as well. When we start thinking about kind of the next level up is. We say new moms basically are another huge kind of constituency that realizes that living green is incredibly important, because they're realizing that what they're coming in contact to is being absorbed by a baby in utero, and then certainly by their young children when they're touching the walls, when they're crawling around on the floor, whatever it is, they're coming in contact with lots of toxins in the home. And so in general, these mothers are more really family-focused and health-conscious. When we get into the kind of older women, it's often there's concerns around breast cancer, there's aging parents, there's leaving a legacy for future generations, and so they're involved maybe a different aspect of health and wellness and kind of sustainability. And then there's certainly there are other kind of cross currents as well. There's a frugality reason. Some people get involved because it's simply it's less expensive often to go green, and then there's this kind of the simple living kind of side of things as well. Maybe the slow food movement, maybe one example of that, where it's kind of back to basics and thinking about sustainability for those reasons. So that's obviously it's mass stereotypes, but in general. We do tend to find those are some of the primary trends and maybe reasons why women are that much more involved than men.
That is just fascinating. As a social message that the woman, and we're finding this in the recycling industry also, women are becoming the leaders of the green and sustainability revolution. And it's just whether we like it or not, like you said, Randy, guy to guy, and Mike, guy to guy. I mean, it's the truth. So it's just fascinating that you know this, and we're lucky to have them in America doing all these great things for our country and to help spur, and hopefully they start getting the men involved also.
Absolutely, and I'll say it's also what they're doing, what women are doing in this space to help move companies to be more sustainable is incredibly powerful. So women control something like 83% of all consumer purchases. They're the leaders in these cause movements, and now they are beginning to put their money where their values are. And so that movement of dollars is having a profound impact on corporations and what they're willing to listen to and interested in providing in terms of the types of products and services. And so I think we've really seen a pretty strong movement in the last 5 years, maybe in particular, in that direction. And the car companies are coming around, and the beauty product companies are coming around, and there are a lot of, especially the consumer-facing companies are moving in this direction. It's really because the primarily women are moving their dollars to be in line with their values.
Well, guys, since we're talking guy here and talking about the power of women and motherhood, is it any coincidence then that we talk about the mother of invention? We talk about Mother Earth. Why is that, do you think? There's got to be something there. Yeah.
No. I think this is probably not a new thing. This has been around for generations. Probably this more greater concern and caring, and so. Hopefully there are the modern guy, the Renaissance man of today. Hopefully is learning something from his his female friends, and so and family members. So
hey,
we definitely can learn a lot.
Randy, I want to get back. The show is called Green is Good, and you're just amazing. We're going to have you back on because your website, again, for our listeners out there, www.care2.com is just truly just so important to the whole movement, both technological and also the green and sustainability movements. What, as a company, I know you have offices in San Francisco, Redwood City area, and Washington. As a company, the DNA of your company after 12 years of evolving, what do you guys do in-house to be green, and how does that look as the leader of the company?
Yeah, it's really important to us. I mean, obviously, we live this and breathe this every day. And in fact, actually, it was my conscience wouldn't let me start this company without making sure that our revenue model and our mission to make the world a better place were totally in line. And so we talk about these things. We live this every day, and so I think that alone, that basically, so we know that even when we're pushing to increase our revenues to be able to fund more of the site, we know that is actually pushing in a direction that the revenues themselves are going to help companies to move to be more sustainable. So, for example, advertisers that are moving in a greener direction are candidates for advertising on our site, and so we want to reward them and work with them so that we know that if we pursue those advertising opportunities, we're actually helping to push them in a more green direction. Also, certainly through all the actions that the members are taking on this site. So we're living this every day. So when we beyond the website itself, beyond actually what the company actually does, we have a number of ways that we are trying to walk the talk ourselves. And so, I think we do a lot of the standard stuff in terms of reducing consumption and kind of encouraging use of public transportation with commuter passes and things like that. We also do a carbon audit, a carbon footprint audit of all of our practices, all of our activities every year, and we take a look at that and try to figure out how can we reduce the carbon footprint that we have. We also make matching donations also for volunteer time. So if one of our employees goes out and volunteers in the community, we'll actually match that with a cash donation actually to that organization. So it's really a very holistic. It is so core to what we do. There are lots of things that we're doing that I'm sure I'm forgetting even right now in terms of how we help our employees to be to walk the talk.
Hey, Randy, unfortunately, we're down to the last minute or so, and I want you to share what's next for Care 2, and then we're going to have to say goodbye today, but we're going to have you back because your story and your brand are just truly so important. So what's next in the last minute or so for your great website and your great organization?
Well, thanks. Yeah, we're staying focused really on our goal of being the site where we engage the most people possible in making the world a better place. And so the more we're focusing on that and continue to do more activities in that space. So it's a lot about providing the best content possible, the best healthy living advice, the best human rights, social welfare, animal welfare content and information to keep people on top of these topics. And the easiest way is to continue to be innovative and make it as easy as possible for people to get involved in good causes. And one of the things that we've done recently is launch a petition widget that allows publishers to actually put petitions on their site, maybe in context with some of their content on their site. We actually have a revenue model where we can actually pay those publishers to put the widget on their site. But basically, we want to go everywhere we're going to reach beyond the website, Care2 website itself, and to go to where the traffic is out there and where the people are out there. So that's one of the big kind of innovations I'd say we've made recently is to launch these petition widgets and allow any website out there to offer petitions to their visitors. That's
just amazing, Randy. And we're going to have you back again. And for our listeners, again, one last time, Randy's website is www.care2.com. care2, the number 2.com. Please go look at it. Please sign up for his great newsletters. 14 million members, cannot be wrong. Hey, Randy Paynter, Mark Zuckerberg, Steve Jobs, Al Gore, they have nothing on you. You are truly a technological visionary and an inspiring ecopreneur and truly living proof that green is good.
Thank you.